Hello everybody, Hishitori here. Welcome back to my channel. Again, I know I keep disappearing on and off, but I am really trying to stay consistent. It's just things tend to pop up from time to time that involves work or family, anything. So I'm doing my best to work through it. So in this video, I am doing a how-to on how to draw women's natural hair. So do enjoy. Hopefully this video helps you, and thanks again for your support. Enjoy the video. For the start of the video, I'm just doing a head base for the character that I will be using. Just a random character, there's no name for her.
Oh my gosh! She's bald!
For the first hairstyle that I was doing sections of where the partings may have been, may be located, and I just went ahead and colored in the boxes, but made sure not to color over the white lines of where the parting was. And then I used the Gaussian blur to make the parts be a little bit more fuzzy instead of completely, neat. So that's what I did on here, and I just went ahead and drew in the locks. So for my lock style, I did squiggly lines, and instead of making it look perfect, not all locks or neatly straight, so I just went ahead and just did squiggly lines on them instead. And that is how you do the first style, locks. Next style is braids. Now braids are kind of difficult, especially when you're trying to draw it out. So it took a lot of time for me to do. But yeah, basically from what you saw at first is I drew the sketched outlines. I'm basically trying to draw the base so that I can draw the braids in without going too much over or out of pattern or stroke, whatever it is. And I just went from there. So the detailing of how basically how I draw the braids, I'm still learning a little bit, but it's you're drawing a heart. So it's you're drawing a heart, but then one of the first parts of what you're drawing, the first curve of it goes over through the heart shape, and you make another curve to where it looks like a braid pattern. So yeah, it looks like a heart, but you're putting a curve on it, make it look like a braid. So that took some time. As you can see so far, some of it I had to edit out because it like I said, it took a long time. But as long as you have patience, you're cool, you're good. Now I'm still working on how to make a braid pin on Procreate. So whenever I find that out, I might make a short for it. So yeah, to make it a little bit easier and quicker versus just drawing it out. But if you like drawing it out, and like I said, if you have the patience for it, do so. So yeah, this is another style for natural hair. At the top of it, of the braids too, it's an extension. So I was just making random loops on it or something. Not a loop, but just random shapes to make it look like it was just, being braided in together. I also kept the same parting because any smaller it will take a lot more time. So I decided to do chunky braids, which is still not bad. And then for the ends of it, I did little tips to where it seemed like that's where the burnt ends are for it. So that's how I did the braids on the character. And braids are a cool, neat style to have. It can last you maybe 2 weeks to a month. It depends on how much you take care of it too. So it's not a bad style to have. They can be tight in the beginning, but of course that keeps it longer in your hair too. It's the fact that I'm making a how to draw tutorial, I'm talking about hair. But you pretty much get the pictures. So that is how you draw braids. So I'm not gonna go too deep into detail on how I drew the Afro, but basically I used a pen called Evolve in the Procreate's default pen settings under drawing. So that's pretty much what I did. I just colored all around and there you go. That's how you draw an Afro. The next style is an updo Afro puff. The way I drew the parts for the puff is I just did random squiggly lines. And then I added more detail of strands of hair sticking outside of the hair. I just did the headband and just drew the Afro puff. and added like highlights and shading just like I did for the Afro. Also, I forgot to mention. So it's a pretty simple and easy style for that one. This last style that I'll be doing is, it's like short hair. How do you say it? It's like short hair with a fade in the back. Because some women like to have their hair short, but just have some kind of like fade towards the back of their hair. It's pretty much the same way. I believe I used the same pen, Evolve, and then I just added some highlights and Gaussian blurred it. So same way with the fade in the back, I blurred it, used the blur pen for it, and then just erased a little bit, but on the lighter side so that it looks like it's, you know, faded. But yeah, that's how you do a low cut fade. Thank you guys again for watching my tutorial video. I hope this really helped. If you guys have any suggestions on what I should do for my next how-to, leave any ideas in the comment section below this video. Again, thank you. See you next time. Bye!